board. Keep our eye towards the inside. It's over on the left-hand side. Harp gets a good jump. And so too does Kuhnen. Sasha Kuhnen sweeps across on the Red Bull KTM. He's going to go wide. It's going to be Rowan van der Moosdijk or Thibaut Beneston with the Vauxhall shot. Certainly Beneston leads heading into turn 2. We'll tidy that up in a moment. But it's Beneston who leads. Van der Moosdijk second. De Wolf third. That distinctive riding style of his hanging off the back, and he strikes early, gets down the inside of his teammate, takes second position away. Not in a mood for hanging around, is he? Whereas Adamo, he's in 11th place, buried back there outside of the top 10. Not a good start for the new red plate holder. Riders feeling their way around the racetrack here. Perfect conditions at the moment. Sasha Kuhnen in 4th place, Liam Everts in 5th, Isaac Gifting in 6th position. Lucas Kuhnen was in 7th, but he's dropping down the leaderboard, so Lucas Kuhnen may have a problem. Because McClellan now 7, Harp in 8th, Adamo 9, Hordmo 10, and then Guerda. Then we have Oriol Oliver, Chambers, Lerning, Simonson in 15th place, Martinez, Chibati, Panzer, Olsen, and Makonis. Yeah, Lucas Kuhnen right at the back, so not sure where he fell. But he somewhere in sector 1 because he's not come through the first sector. Over Monster Mountain. Rowan van der Moosdijk there in 3rd place. Thibaut Beneston coming towards us, 198 Monster in his Yamaha. Leading the way though, he has a narrow advantage over number 74. Kaider Wolf there. The 2 Nastan Husqvarnas. And we still haven't had Lucas Kuhnen come through sector 1. So that is, after the finish, the first step up in and around that area of the racetrack. First lap complete. Fastest lap of the race belongs to Thibaut Beneston, 202.5. 203.5 for De Wolf, that gap 1.9 seconds, and then 204.7 for Van der Moosdijk. Somewhere around this part of the racetrack is where Lucas Kuhnen went missing. No sign of the bike or the rider. There he is, pushing his, there he is there, look. Walking back, so he looks okay. Guessing the bike not. So just somewhere, just down that back straight early on. But Thibaut Beneston continues to lead, looking good at the head of the field at the moment. The crazy thing here is neither of these 3 championship rivals, Beneston, De Wolf and Adamo, who's still circulating in 9th place, has won a race or still on the podium here in MX2. Thibaut Beneston, yeah, there's the bike there. So possibly technical issue because Kuhnen walking back. So neither of the main championship rivals now at the moment, as I say, have won a race or still on the podium here. In fact, the only riders to finish on the podium in MX2 in this... Oh, Chambers is down. That looks like it's in the waves, doesn't it? Just coming out of the turn. So Chambers looks like he's not going to be in a hurry to pick himself back up. Looks in pain, actually. Yeah, through the waves there, look at the end, possibly. So we may have wave jellos still in that part of the racetrack when these riders come through in about 4 or 5 corners time, all of a sudden the gap starting to be clawed back by the Team Wolf, closing in. Just looks like he's found his rhythm and his groove, being harassed and harried all the way though by his teammate. Sasha Coonan having a fantastic ride in 4th place, Red Bull KTM, ahead of Liam Everts. That's him coming into view in orange now. Looks like they may have got Chambers off the track. In fact, it looks like he's got up and riding away. That's a good sign. It looked like, yeah, it was on this point here. So he's just going to be in front of these guys in a moment. Good to see him rejoining, but riding slowly back. There he is on the infield. Give you a full rundown in a moment. Here is Adamo all over the back of Kevin Orgmo, the F&H Kawasaki rider, hanging on to that 7th place at the moment. Not prepared to let Adamo come through though in a hurry, is he? Adamo does finally go through though. Right, clear track ahead of him. Isaac Gifting on the horizon for Adamo. Not even going to worry about championship status, points and all the rest of it. But if we were going to look up at the timing screen now, let's say, Kay de Wolf will be on 3:39. Beniston will be second on 3:36. Adamo on 3:34. 3 laps complete. Van der Moosdijk, the fastest lap of the race, as he closes in onto Wolf. Beniston just enjoying a little bit of breathing room. 1.5 seconds, if you can call it breathing room. Stepping back up onto this plateau. We've seen a few offs there in the past years, haven't we, coming into land when it was a lot deeper and a lot heavier. Racetrack pretty fast at the moment, isn't it? Hopefully be a lot more physical for him. Race 2, 2:02.9, the lap time in the Ram qualifying races yesterday. 2:02.2, the fastest lap, the Chervis fastest lap of the race at the moment for Ryan van der Moosdijk. He's there in 3rd place, but just losing out ever so slightly here. This time around to his teammate. See how hard that corner is as well. You try to change line. So hard and slick underneath. Sasha Coonan about 6 seconds behind this battle for the lead. Sasha Coonan, 21st in the championship, only scored points in 2 of the rounds he's ridden. Obviously, France didn't start because he had that problem in the qualifying race. So, hoping just to get himself on the scoreboard. Like Bain, currently sitting in 4th place. Teammate Liam Everts about 2 seconds further back. And while it's raining and you're following, you're also running the risk of using roll-offs and tear-offs unnecessarily. So I just wonder how much. Oh, fighting the front end there, Thibaut Beniston. Oh, and again. 2 mistakes in 2 corners for the race leader. And with Kay de Wolf just setting the fastest lap of the race, a 2:01.9, all of a sudden, Beniston's lead is under threat. Watch this here. Thibaut Beniston. This was the second one, just comes into land and just folds. Catches the high part of a boggy berm. But he's recovered well. Nicely done from de Wolf. Inch perfect in that turn. Pulls back another couple of bike lengths. The gap was 1.3. It's now down to less than a second, 8 tenths. As de Wolf closes in on Beniston. De Wolf sensing an opportunity here. But he needs to do it and do it quickly. Because all the while he's sat there behind the Yamaha man. Goggles, visibility. Going to be a problem. Working our way towards the end of lap 5. Here's the two KTMs. Sasha Coonan in 4th. Has whittled down a 2-second gap now, so he's getting ready to pounce on his younger teammate, 16 years old. Sasha Coonan 2:04.9. Liam Everts almost a full second quicker. And here's Adamo. He's up into 7th place and closing on Gifting. Still got Hogmo behind him as well. A real mixture of conditions here in Latvia because, back end just stepped out there, it looked like, on Sasha Coonan. All of a sudden, De Wolf all over the back of the rear wheel of Beniston, bringing Van der Moosdijk with him, who goes to the inside. Here we go, he cuts back to the inside, De Wolf. Can he find his way through? He's almost alongside. Beniston will have the inside line, though, at the end of the straight into the next turn. Fighting the front end there was the Frenchman, though. De Wolf goes inside. Smoother exit. Beniston just sensing the urgency from behind, perhaps. Doing his best to stay cool underneath that helmet of his. Beniston has led from the very first lap. Down past pit lane, through turn 2, up into turn 3. How long can Beniston prevent the charge from behind here? Good run down to the finish line for De Wolf. Will he make the move into turn? The right-hander. Not able to. Beniston defends. And again, a mistake on the exit. Just shows how unpredictable the ground is here. Looks softer than it is, but it's anything but that underneath. Talking to Paul Jonas yesterday, and he said it was unbelievably dry here recently. And De Wolf gets alongside, stays lower, scrubs neatly. He's going to have the advantageous line at the end of the straight. If he can get alongside Ben, beautifully done there from De Wolf. And throws him a rear wheel as well. Beniston will try to cut back here. He thinks about it, but just not able to execute. And we'll go the long way round here. He follows De Wolf in. Lap 7, we've got the lead change then. That's woken up the Frenchman. Frustrated at having lost the lead. Now he goes looking for new lines. And that's part of the problem. It's easier to follow than it is to lead, especially when you're under pressure. Sometimes you go with the safe option, use the comfort, the security of that berm around the outside. But now it's De Wolf that's going to be attacked from all angles. Impressive ride this from Ryan van der Moosdijk as well. Just he and Kevin Hogmo, the only two riders in this current crop of MX2 riders this weekend, finished on the podium here in Latvia. Hogmo last year, second overall with FNH Kawasaki. Van der Moosdijk with the same team on the podium at all 3 rounds here in Latvia in 2020, when we came back after a 5.5-month break due to the pandemic. Beniston under attack from Van der Moosdijk as well. Van der Moosdijk feeling very good around this Kegham's racetrack. This will be playing perfectly into the hands of De Wolf, and you can already see him starting to disappear. Don't forget, we've got a championship battle going on here as well. Battle of the red plate, battle of the championship lead. Andrea Adamo, meanwhile, he's up in the 5th because Sasha Coonan has tipped over. He's now down in 8th place. So Adamo 5th, Bing 6th, Horgmo 7th, Sasha Coonan in 8th. A little untidy through the waves for Rowan van der Moosdijk that time. Jan Panzer is up to 13th. Devin Simonson down to 14th place. Rowan van der Moosdijk trying to wind himself up to have another go at Benetton. Check a look at the start then. Sasha Coonan from the middle came across but wasn't able to close down the deal. He just ran wide, look. Rowan van der Moosdijk with the foxhole shot. MX2 Race 1, his first foxhole shot of the season then. De Wolf, clear track ahead of him, 2:01.7, fastest lap of the race. Is 2 seconds clear now of Thibaut Benetton, who has about a 1.2 second advantage over that rider there. Number 39, Rowan van der Moosdijk. Here is your red plate holder, Andrea Adamo, Red Bull KTM. 2.5 seconds behind his teammate, Liam Evans. Story of his race so far. Down the inside of Isaac Gifting. That was for 5th position. And then Sasha Coonan. First one was for 6th, then this one for 5th. Wonder how much pressure Adamo is feeling with the championship leader's red plate. Although he did say in his pre-grid interview prior to the start of the race, just wasn't feeling it yesterday, wasn't riding good. He also said there's quite a lot of races left as well, so it's not even thinking about that because we have so many races to get through. And you ask anybody about the championship leader's red plate, you can have it round 2, 3, 5 or 7. It's who has it come the final lap, final round that matters, because only then will you turn it from red to gold. Sasha Coonan looking over his shoulder, sees Mikkel Harup there behind him in 9th place. So Adamo, is he settled now? 2:03.7, Liam Evans 2:04.3. So he will be closing in on his Red Bull teammate. There's Gifting, and there is Horgmo. Here's Sasha Coonan and Mikkel Harup. So good to see the WZ Racing KTM rider here putting in a charge. Said he's been working on his starts. And he was up there as well, but obviously a couple of riders just drifted wide. He was just one of them. So 2 good performances here from Sasha Coonan and Mikkel Harup. There's Horgmo, F&H Kawasaki. And just ahead of him, the 5:17 of Isaac Gifting on the VHR Gas. Latching on to Adamo, isn't he? Not letting him out of his sights, the Swede. Nicely done, picking his front wheel up over that crest. De Wolf going even quicker, look, 2:01.795, quicker than the qualifying race yesterday. So the rain, if it is drizzling, it's being held back at the moment. But as you can see, track conditions absolutely perfect for a sand track. Oh, back end just stepping out there on Gifting's gas just towards the end of the waves. Probably didn't even feel it though. Woodmo coming in though, coming in hot. Lighting up the rear end through that tight right. If you're wondering where Lucas Coonan is, out on the first lap. Not sure what happened, but saw his bike being pushed away. He was walking away as well. And Jack Chambers didn't see the fall, but saw him sat on the side of the track. He did eventually pick himself up and ride back to the paddock. Hopefully we see him line up in race 2, the Big Van World MTX Kawasaki rider. Getting closer, and then a mistake from Gifting. Gifting a position to Hogmo. So this time around, Hogmo will take 6th as he hits the finish line. Clear track finally for Hogmo, and he makes a mistake. Almost goes down, throws it away. A good hard charge this end for Kevin Hogmo. He'll say that he applied the pressure to Gifting, which forced him into making a mistake. Gifting will just say it was rider error. Thibaut Beneston, though, coming back for seconds. All of a sudden, all over the back of Kay de Wolf. We've got a fight on for the lead once more. General talk in and around the paddock on Friday this weekend, saying that Kay de Wolf winning this GP all day long because he's from the Netherlands, because he's probably the fastest MX2 rider in the sand right now. But it's not a foregone conclusion, as you can see, because Thibaut Beneston keeping him honest. Did lose time in Sector 2, though, Kay de Wolf, 33.2 compared to a 31.9. So maybe it was just a mistake, but even still, it's a mistake that he could have done without, because it's brought Thibaut Beneston right back onto the rear wheel. And as they hit the line at the end of lap 11, 1.3 seconds between these two riders here. He just needs to be careful not to be too erratic. Try too hard to put that distance back between himself and the Frenchman. Yeah, the rain really starting to pick up again. Just, isn't it? Coming in from over the trees there. So even when you've got clear track, that kind of rain, you can imagine, can't you, driving your car, you've got windscreen wipers to clear the spots of rain. These guys, it just parks itself on their roll-offs or their tear-offs. So they're then wasting those tear-offs just to get that visibility. Good corner speed there for both these two. And the Mostike now has just fallen away ever so slightly, about 5 seconds off the pace now, leaving these two to duke it out. But de Wolf responding, 2.3 seconds now his gap at the head of the field. Drops into the inside, and it's back down to 1.8 because Sector 3, Beneston, about 4 tenths quicker. So not a foregone conclusion then. But de Wolf doing exactly what he has to do at the moment. And he is leading the championship chase by 5 points. Adamo second, Beneston about 4 seconds further back. So it is going to be tight. And just like that, Kyle Wolf, fastest lap of the race. 2:01.2, 6/10 quicker than Beniston with his fastest lap of the race. Andrea Adamo not able to close in on his teammate. Right, Adamo not helping his race with a bad start. So Adamo, look, championship leader's red plate gets squeezed there, and then he's right at the back, tries to then rectify that by holding a nice tight line, but against ran wide by Panzer. Look how far back he is on that opening lap through the first couple of corners. He's recovered well though, back into 5th place, but with 4 minutes plus 2 laps to go, he knows every point is important, but it's not going to be easy to close down his teammate Liam Evans. France, they seemed inseparable, and they're going to find each other again here this weekend in Latvia. Evans just top of the screen. Adamo there, number 18 behind him. Some nice lines starting to appear now. But obviously, grading the track overnight, they needed to do that just to get some moisture in. So it's just taken a while to start developing again. So it's pretty high speed at the moment. Like, you look at the timing, De Wolf 2:02, Beniston 2:02, Everts, Adamo, all in the 2:02s. Van der Moosdijk 2:04, Horgmo 2:03. So very, very similar. Difficult to make up time as well in that respect. He likes to jump into that bank, doesn't he? De Wolf. 2.2 the gap. Is there going to be a last few laps charge for Benny? Chucks it in, just rails that turn. Traffic ahead. These two arguing over their own positions in the race. Simonson, one of them. No, Martinez, the 67. Tries to stay out of the way there, but then just parks himself right in the wheel tracks of Thibaut Beniston. And Beniston only just getting past in that bottom right corner. That's cost him some time because the gap was down to 1.3. Both riders might have got held up there actually as a result of Martinez and Olsen having their little shindig. Absolutely flat stick, isn't he? Through there, well, all these MX2 riders are 14 laps complete. 2:02.6, 2:01.8. De Wolf, Beniston respectively, down to 1.4 seconds. Still can't switch off, still can't relax. Beniston still applying the pressure to the Nissan Husqvarna rider. So this was the pass for the lead. Just scrubs neatly. Watch this here, the difference between the two riders in height. Face of a takeoff, deep ruts. Don't care. Kyle Wolf lays it down, takes the lead, and is led since lap 7. We're now on lap 15. Traffic again. between the two riders. Two-lap board getting readied in a few corners' time. Horrible hole there, just at the base of the hill. Just landing just a little bit further wide, just coming into land there on that double, Kaiser Wolf. Just on the gas as soon as he landed. Impressive. Still hanging in there though. The 198, 1.4 at the last split. Two-lap board goes out for Kaiser Wolf now. Now it's out to 1.8. Meanwhile, Everts, Red Bull KTM, still hanging on in fourth. Back marker in yellow, and then the teammate, Adamo. What's the gap going to be as they hit the line? Still hovering around 2 seconds. 2 point something. 2.7. So Lorenzo Ciabatti there, just getting lapped in, where is he? 18th place. Wonder how much of a word he'll have with himself at the end of the race, Adamo, for messing up the start. I wonder how much more say Thibaut Beneston has in the outcome of this race, because again he is all over the back of Kaiser Wolf with the fastest sector 2 of the race. He also gained 2 or 3 tenths in sector 1 as well, and he's getting ready to pull the trigger. Catching is one thing, finding his way past is another. Just over a lap to go between these two. He's done well to keep him in his sights, the Frenchman. A mistake may decide the outcome of this race. It might just be a simple overshoot and a turn. But as we go into the final lap, Thibaut Beneston with the fastest lap of the race. 2 minutes, 0.9, compared to the 2:01.6 of De Wolf, who's earning his crust in this one. He probably thought, yeah, got this one covered, got this one licked, get a clear track, disappear. Hasn't quite panned out that though. Panned out like that though. But if he does get close, Thibaut Beneston, where can he make the move? Still hovering around 1.2 seconds, this gap between first and second. Beneston, this half of the lap is quicker than De Wolf. Quick pull of the roll-offs there as he prepares to land through the waves. There is another back marker just ahead of the race leader. He moves out of the way. Is that Jan Panzer? Yes, it is, in 13th place. Beneston chooses the shorter route. De Wolf may just have this one in control. Opts for the outside line this time around. Yeah, he wheelies the hole this time, but he was all the way out to the left-hand side. Ah, comes up short there, Thibaut. But he's still in it, still in the fight. 3 corners, 4 corners to go. Hanging off the back, still throwing everything at the Dutchman ahead of him. Final turn through the sweeping left. Checkered flag being readied. Kai de Wolf wins race 1 here in Latvia. Takes over the championship lead as well for now. His second race win of the season as well for him, but the two Red Bull KTMs locked together on the final lap. Liam Evans should do enough to hang on though. Nice line that from Adamo. But Liam Evans will cross the line in 4th position. Edges out his teammate, Andrea Adamo, who crosses the line in 5th. We wait for Kevin Horgmo, who should be 6th, then gifting Harap, Oliver and Sasha Coonan. Kai de Wolf, though, with his 2nd race win of the season, his first since race 1 in Sardinia, round 2. Long overdue, probably, from his point of view. But, given the situation, he is the new championship leader. 5 points over Andrea Adamo. Decent race, though, between the two riders in the end, de Wolf and Beniston. 1 second exactly separating them as they cross the line. De Wolf with his fastest lap of the race, a 2:01.290. And Lisa is with the Nastan Husqvarna rider Kai de Wolf, a 2-time race winner now this year.